Got here, and it's time to talk about Sentenced to be a Hero. And probably this episode might be the best one so far. We had the action also, but the characters actually got a lot of moments in between them, character development, and also for the plot here. Things were very interesting here, and I'm really liking because while the action is great, it actually gets amplified by the emotions, by the build-up, and this episode had a lot more of that, considering how the series started just full-blown action. Now that we've gotten a bit of time to learn about the characters, get used to them, learn about the world also, I'm a bit more invested right now, and this episode had a nice balance of action and character moments quite a lot, and they blended really well together. So let's get into it and talk about it. Now, picks up straight from last week, and I'm gonna say it again, this fight here definitely reminded me of Helm's Deep from Lord of the Rings. We have everybody being confused why the humans are here working with the demons, and also some small interesting thing. Apparently fairies, demons that can communicate with humans, are rare, but they do exist. So something more to keep in mind for later on, world building and such. And seeing how Theorita has no way of attacking humans, like I said, it goes against her nature to attack humans for a goddess. So Xylo's gonna have to be the one that deals with the humans and everybody else, and we still don't fully know what exactly the goddesses are. We had some information in previous episodes, but we don't fully understand them and what exactly they are here. And I like how Kivia picked up some things about the humans because of their training, how they're moving, they're part of some noble's army, and also the way the episode ended makes things a lot more interesting. We're gonna get into that. Venetim and Tatsuya were in the underground passage here, having to fight there. Norgel still refusing to leave the front lines. My king, my king, my king. Just to stay there to boost morale and such. And they have cannons also. Those cannons were cool. The fire, they blasted them here, but they're very slow for the second chance. So they're not very good for waves of enemies, so to say. It takes time to refire them here. And Xylo has to fight. He's gonna be the one that handles human, and probably here, like I said, the character moments were great. I liked Theorita here. She actually understands him a lot more, and they're more similar than they're admitting to themselves, or at least Xylo, because Theorita is very honest to a fault here, and telling him, you are risking your life, Xylo, but you won't let me risk mine, or you aren't risking mine. You always want to fight. And telling him here, that was probably my favorite part of the episode, and also tying it back to how the episode ended, telling him, you are no different than a goddess. You see yourself in us, in me. So that's why you are like this. And him not having any words, they're just wanted to say something, but couldn't. When somebody hits you with that hard truth, it's like you either have no words to say or you lash out and scream and throw a tantrum. Like, Xylo internalizes a lot of his emotions, and we've seen it throughout the episodes. I've said it also. He's a walking contradiction. What he says and how he acts are sometimes very contradicting here, to say, in a good way, don't get me wrong. So this conversation was awesome here, but we also have them fighting here, and probably the best scene in the episode before we get to the finale part here was Tatsuya in the underground passage. Like, this turned into a horror movie. Like, we had the knights, we had Venetim, Tatsuya being there, and then the humans and demons pushing in to attack the fortress. And this turns into a horror movie, and Tatsuya is the alien or predator hunting everybody there. And dude just goes berserk, starts screaming. One of the humans explodes there just from his scream and starts killing all of them. Like, that was like a hunting scene from a horror movie. That was so good, and even the knights were like, that guy is not human. So I have a lot of questions with Tatsuya. He's a killing machine, to say the least. But on the other side, we still had Iblis, the demon lord, Xylo and Theorita fighting with the sword explosions. They're very good combo. Even if they were getting overrun, Xylo gets caught up by one of the demons by his leg here, but the demons get distracted by reinforcements, and even the demon lord was getting confused here. They managed to get get away, and the funniest line in the episode, I'm starting to like Venetim more and more. The reinforcements that were coming, the ones from last episode that Xylo got the message there for somebody offering him soldiers from Fenchi Musty Bod, or what was the name? Musty Bolt, my bad, here. And he, last episode, flat out refusing. I'm curious what exactly is the relationship there. Why did he flat out instantly refuse? And Venetim's like, yeah, but what made you think that I'll tell the truth? So don't just ignore what Xylo said and accepted, which worked out. Thankfully, he did that, but very Venetim like. I was laughing so much. I like this type of characters. Bullshit master Venetim. And yes, it's on you, Xylo. You know how Venetim is. And then Dota, he had the task of hiring mercenaries. Xylo told him, hey, go steal some money to pay off the mercenary and bring us reinforcements. And he technically did it, but in his own way. He stole from the mercenaries to bring them to the battlefield. They're chasing him to kill. So task failed successfully. Crazy characters, all of them here. But yeah, like I said, the Demon Lord got confused by so many armies and reinforcements showing up. Xylo and Teorita take their chance here and throw a giant sword into him. And I like throughout the episode, Xylo kept seeing Senerva in Teorita, like in his eyes, and even in the last scene here, and he activates the trap that he prepared. Not the fortress trap he had, another trap, the sinkhole here. The Demon Lord falls in and they throw giant swords into the Demon Lord, holding it down. And here is where Xylo was a bit overconfident, to say the least. He didn't want to sacrifice the fortress. He kind of wanted to have his cake and eat it too. And sometimes it worked out, even here it worked out, but they were very, very lucky. But most of the times you get fucked by this. I get not wanting to sacrifice the fortress there. But yeah, they are super lucky here. They bring down the Demon Lord, actually down, not kill it, just down, holding it down, and we see Teorita overusing her powers. They need this goddess poison to help her a bit. I'm curious how that works. Was just a throwaway comment from Xylo asking, he's gonna say to ask Kivia to bring it, her unit here. Curious how that affects them, because we saw the blight kind of affecting a bit the swords when they were in the Demon Lord here, and we saw it in previous episodes. Imagine a goddess infected with blight, what that would mean here. But yeah, this Demon Lord didn't go down that easy, because he starts throwing spikes, and Xylo, his first instinct, I liked him going in to protect Teorita, which is very true considering his trauma, what happened there. He protects her, he gets a spike in his back here, and the Demon Lord kind of shows its power, turning into this giant plant here, more demons and everything. So the second phase kind of started in a way like a boss fight there. And yeah, it's not looking very, very good for them. Everybody from the fortress also having to retreat here. Xylo just wanting Teorita to get away to save her. We see he's very wounded, and him also the best part, again, the conversation, the character moments. The action is great, but these moments amplify it a lot, telling her, finally admitting you were right about what she said with him being like a goddess and seeing himself in her, and that's why he's acting that way and pushing her away and others. And he just wants to have a battle that matters, to prove himself, to do more things, but he's in this current situation here. I'm paraphrasing a bit, and I like how Teorita instantly staying by his side even though he wanted her to leave there, and she says, if you don't want me to die, protect me. And they finally have this pact, like the moment they finally acknowledge each other, compared to how their relationship started at the beginning. They're finally fighting side by side, and that was great, great there. And Teorita decides to make this special sword to finally be able to kill this immortal Demon Lord, and apparently it's the Holy Sword. She's bringing it from outside the world. We know there are other worlds there because Tatsuya is an Yuusha-kei character. Don't fully know what that means. The goddesses, we still don't know what does it mean to bring this sword from outside the world there, and Xylo, while she was charging up the sword, he was getting skewered, wounded, still fighting there. The others thankfully come in and help him, supporting him, covering him there, otherwise he would have been chomped to death. He actually lets his arm be beaten just to strike the Demon Lord. And here is where things got interesting. Now, I don't know fully what it means, but it's something to keep in mind, because when he hit the Demon Lord, the core looked like a black hole or some sort. That scene looked really cool, and he twisted the sword, and then the Demon Lord basically got deleted from existence. So I don't know what it means. Was it the core of the Demon Lord? Did the Holy Sword do something like this? Did they close the portals? Maybe the Demon Blight is from a different world, like an infection, and they cut it off here. I have no idea what it means fully, but that was interesting to keep in mind because of how this Demon Lord got killed or put out of existence, on what exactly is that sword. So something to remember, that black hole there, and both of them exhausted, and I like how Xylo used his last remaining strength to comfort Theorita there before he falls down. And I was thinking we're gonna have probably at some point, this episode actually had me worried a bit. It didn't happen, he didn't die, but there's gonna have to be a point when something big happens that Xylo dies and he actually has to go to the repair shop. Because we saw the other heroes die, they went to the repair shop, we don't fully know what happens there, how do they get repaired, how much memory loss do they have here, fully a lot of those things. But here he was very close. When he wakes up, we have the glasses guy that was with Venetim, with Tsav when he sentenced them to be a hero. He's still very suspicious, very creepy. The voice actor always plays a role like this. I like those type of characters, but he got even more suspicious in this episode here. He's telling him, you were very close to die, you don't need the repair shop, there might be some small memory loss, so we don't fully know how he got healed, maybe magic, maybe something else, still something with, we don't know, but saying he is an ally of them. Like, I didn't peg him to be an ally from what I first saw, but hey, you never know here. And he brought even gifts that the people left for Xylo and his unit. Apparently he's gotten a reputation for helping so many along the way. He has a nickname now, Soaring Lightning, kind of fits him to say the least, and people started taking notice of him, and not just the good one, so to say, and gives him a warning, even though Xylo is like, get out, get out, get out. Of course he didn't want to talk to him, and telling him, careful about disobeying orders, powerful people don't really liking you. And there's this faction also, coexisters. We finally have a name for the ones that working with demons. They want to coexist in harmony with the demon blight. So yeah, that's kind of fucked up. How do you even coexist with that? But also we know there's a way to communicate with it or with them, with the demon blight. So I'm curious, what exactly does this demon blight want besides just kill humans and take over things, from what we saw here. But also, again, this episode had me worried here. Xylo, when Theorita finally was allowed to get in, when the glasses guy left, he sees Senerva in her. Again, I'm like, please don't tell me they fucked up his memory this much. He forgets Theorita. They had me in the first half, even with his face being fully dumbfounded there, and Theorita worried and telling, I don't even want my head pats. Don't give me any. I'm gonna accept that, even though she was crying. Just don't forget me. And he finally gives her head pat. Don't cry. And didn't forget her. So yeah, this was probably the best episode that we've had so far here, and things definitely got a lot more interesting with all of the things that I mentioned, everything that happened. Have a lot more questions here, but I'm getting more attached to the characters, and this is why I repeat myself so many times. Action is great in a series, but moments like this, when you get me to care about the world, get me to care about the characters, amplifies the action a lot more, and it's not just turn off your brain dumb spectacle here. So yeah, I'm curious what you guys thought about the episode, what I think about the series so far. Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Sentence to be a Hero. Bye bye.